dogs. What's up, everybody? Me and my best buddy from the Marine Corps, explosive artist. He is here today. My best pal. Everybody give him a hand. Give him a
Oh
hand.
my God. Thanks, man.
Great,
Bust out the
great
small
having him here.
hands.
Yeah.
Well, it's great
Oh
being here. I
yeah. It's
appreciate you.
420 hexo. Let's go. Yes. If you're on the East Coast where it's 420, we were
Is it?
starting. Sorry about my voice. I've have had a cold this entire week, and this is just our new podcast that we're gonna do. We're just two young gentlemen that
Two regular dudes.
just two dudes with our mouths open, and we we invested in Hex. We got in early, and we're just hanging out, guys. We're just
I was
hanging
like
out like bros.
I was your first on board, yeah.
He was my first on board, Mr. Explosive Artist. He was my first. Not my last, but definitely my first. You know, he took my V card from me. He took my H card from me. Whatever you want to call it.
Well, and you're nice enough to get me hooked up so we can start doing this. So I appreciate
he was my first butt buddy. No, he wasn't my first butt buddy. It was that was your mom.
Wait a second.
But
I wasn't your first butt buddy.
You better watch it, Crypto Surfer. But yeah, I mean, so we were in the Marine Corps together from 2004 to 2008. Yeah, would you
Back
like
in the
to
day
some history of explosive artists? Would you like to? You can go ahead and tell some.
Yeah, man, I met Hexo back in the day. I was 18, young little troublemakers. So we had to fly like 16 hours to Okinawa.
Wait, that wasn't how we met each other.
No, but that's when we became.
Do you want to go over how we found each other?
We could do that. Well, we were in the same company in boot camp, different platoons, and then we got to infantry school. And we were in the same company, but different like squads. Basically, he was a machine gunner, and I was infantry assaultman. So that's kind of where we got to know each other. We'd see each other out and about on the weekends. He'd be skateboarding around Oceanside, and that's great times back in the day. So yeah, got out, moved back home to Colorado, went to school for gunsmithing. So I have a degree in gunsmithing, and then went to art school for a while. So
he's went to art school with his beautiful paintings. Oh, sorry, I keep doing it the wrong way because it's over
reversed.
Here for me.
Yeah,
it's reversed. I hate it. But look at it, like, dude, freaking brilliant artist. That's why he's an explosive artist and one of the best artists that I've known. And he's got some talent.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm working on more HEX stuff, and if that does well, then I'll start doing more HEX stuff. But yeah, this stuff's just like paintings that are about 80% to 90% done. You know what I mean? So I'll try to keep it circulating.
And how long have you been doing that for? How long have you been painting and art and everything?
A long time, on and off, man. Like I was like, used to be kind of a comic nerd. And then, by the time I was like 10, I started really liking tattoos and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was always kind of drawing on and off. But I didn't start going to art school until maybe like 2013 or something. I just was going on and off. But I started kind of as a tattoo apprentice. I did that for like 8 months. And then I thought, like, well, if I go to art school, I could get, maybe get enough skill to kind of
tattoos.
Yeah. To kind of
better, like a
higher quality.
Do you think that it actually did better? Would you?
Yeah. Like, I think it's like, I'm grateful for art school in general because it opened up a lot of things. Like, I love doing digital stuff too. And I like doing, and then it kind of breaks bad habits that I would get trying to draw like kind of tattoo-y designs, because the process is so different. But yeah, I mean, so in that aspect, yeah, I think like generally as far as like just drawing, especially faces and things that are complicated, animals sometimes, and like just, the classical type of instruction that you can kind of get. But at the same time, it's funny because, a degree in art, I
You
didn't
went
really go
to
for the
it was
degree.
so
You know what I
crazy
mean?
there. Yeah, yeah. Well, you went 2 different gunsmithing and then art. It was 2 different, like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
if you think about the people that go to gunsmithing school and then you think about the people that go to art school, they're very, on different sides.
Oh yeah.
So,
Like,
oh, Hex Kong, thank you so much for all the super stickers, bro. $20 super sticker, $5 super sticker, and 2 $1 one stickers. So thank you, Hex Kong.
very nice.
Yes. But yeah, but
But
yeah,
yeah,
how
so
is
I mean, now I'm just kind of single dadding it, and hanging out with the
yeah.
kid when I have her, and trying to get back into the art game more now that I have more time on my hands. I need more stuff to do, and
Yeah,
I
so you
think
like your let me see what like the whole how did you get to the point where you're at? How do, are you
you,
retired or something?
yeah, I sure am. I sure am.
Wait, how
Yeah.
did you retire at such a young age, young man?
Well, let me tell you how. Uh, so you got me into you. I remember I was in school. I was very broke at the time. I was trying to juggle school and like trying to figure out work and stuff like that. And, I had a young daughter, and and you had been in crypto for a couple of years up to this point, I want to say.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Because
what I mean?
when did so we talked? I think when did you say you got it? February of 2020?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So like I think we had only talked a few times about Hex before I just was like, we
Right.
just were like, hey, let's do this. So like
But you
whatever.
know me though, I wouldn't have known anything about like I
Yeah.
knew of what Bitcoin was through you,
Yeah.
but that was about it. And I remember you called me one day and you're like, "Hey man, I really think that,
You should get into this bad boy. Yeah.
yeah." And it was one of those talks where you're like, "Dude, just don't think about it. Just trust me." You know what I mean? And I was
Yeah.
like, "All right."
Yeah, and I mean, like, I remember when I would talk to you, dude, like, when I would tell people, like, I've never been so into something, I
No,
think, as much as I was with Hex, and I would
no.
start, like, because 'cause I'd be, like, shaking because 'cause I'm so excited to tell somebody if
Oh,
they, like, were
I've never
listening,
seen
you
you
know what I
more
mean?
excited about anything.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think that probably played into it. Like, all right, he means business right now,
Yeah. Hex Calling, thank you for another $5,
Very
super sticker. I
nice.
can't see the super sticker, this is all it shows me, super sticker,
Oh, okay.
but on
I don't
YouTube
even see that.
people over on YouTube in the chat can see it. So I can't see what it says. But thank you, dude. Thank you so much.
Very nice. But
So
yeah,
yeah, so now we're just two young men in our
yeah.
30s
You,
that get to be retired because of Hex, and we're so thankful. I'm so thankful.
yeah.
I want to talk for my best
I'm
buddy over
so
here. But
thankful. I'll walk around sometimes and just think about like how things how my life used to be. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Compared to it. And I'm
yeah,
not, me, I'm not a flashy person. I haven't made any big purchases really, or, I just wanted to not have to be answerable to,
right,
I wanted flexibility with my daughter and things like that. And
yeah.
I wanted to be able at least have the option to be busy the way I wanted to and get back into the art stuff. But yeah,
Well,
you had me cost.
this isn't your first stream.
No, it's not. This is my this is my second
This
stream.
is your second stream. The first one was titled, oh, what was it titled? It was like converting, and it was me like a priest. And it was like
Oh yeah, I remember that.
converting to a hexakin live on stream, and I was like this, and you wore my freaking jacket. We were like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
such
we
young
got we.
boys back then. Dude, can you
I
believe that
know,
was only like a year and a half, 2 years, probably a year and a half ago?
a little over a year and a half. Yeah,
That's
crazy.
crazy.
No, it was March, so it was 2 years. So
Yeah,
yeah, you had me cost
it's
dollar
2 years.
average in
Okay.
back then. Um, Set up a staking lot. Tried to spread out a staking ladder over. I think
Yeah.
initially I only went out to like 10 years. But then eventually, once I had stakes that would end, I would just restake them and then have a 5-5,
Yeah.
a couple 5-5-5s, I think, in there. So yeah,
Well,
now it's just having fun playing the old taking the old magic carpet ride, you know.
yeah, and I mean, it's been great having a friend. Like everybody should get their friend, their best friend into freaking Hex. Like, because then you can enjoy the journey with somebody else. Like it would suck, like I told everybody back in the day, it sucks getting rich alone. Because it's like then you're just the one like, well, I'm gonna, we're gonna go on a family trip and you gotta bring, your friend along, but you gotta pay for him because he's like this poor pleb that's sitting on, he's got a freaking day job or something like that. He's got to still go to the job, and you're like, dude, just come and hang out with me. Like, no, I gotta go work, bro. I gotta fit. It's like, so help your friends, guys. Help your friends get in, because then you have a friend that actually is going to gonna be able. I mean, how many times have we seen each other just this year? And he lives what 1,200 miles away from us.
Yeah, it takes what, like 14,
12
15
it
hour
takes 12
drive or
hours.
something.
It's 12-hour drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go it's straight drive.
Right.
So, we've
No, for
seen each other
sure.
probably like 3 or 4 times this year, and it's like
Well, in the
March,
past couple months, you know.
April. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's April.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really
So,
nice. It's great. Like I said, I mean, it seems like every day I'll be walking around and I'll be like this is just weird. You know what I
right?
mean? So I
Yeah.
do thank you, Richard. That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's done a great thing for us, but
Oh, dude.
still it's going to continue. Pulse Chain's coming out, Pulse X. And I mean,
Uh,
me and Explosive Artists talk about this stuff nearly every day. I go on my walk and I call him, and we have a conversation about it almost every day.
yeah.
But so the topic of today is, are we alive? Are we even alive? This is because are we just dead people? Are we just dead? Because man, everything seems to be like happening. Like, when you picture, could you have pictured where we're at when we were 20 years old? Where we'd
No.
be at right now? No.
No.
Like
And I
even
think
3 years ago, it would have been pretty hard. But at 20 years old, I don't think I could have ever even.
no, I wouldn't have believed it. And I think that's part of why I appreciate it so much too right now. And staking and stuff like that doesn't mean, it's like I think we've had an eventful decade in our 20s, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like
yeah.
both of us, you know. So it's nice it's just crazy to think that this is kind of like where it's ended up so far, you know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we just like I said, there was no way that I would have been able to like dream of all of the cool things that we're able to do. And I'm everything pretty much is because of HEX. But I mean, you have to start somewhere, like I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't have the wife that I had that went to work while I just took care of the kids when
Yeah,
back in the
I
day, and
remember
then
all
I
that.
couldn't research all of this stuff. Then I had a job at the gym where I
Yep.
worked at nights before
Yep.
that, and I worked for that's why I had to stop, because like my wife was like, "Okay, you're done working nights," because she would
Yeah.
never get to see me. And
You
so
got
it
out
was
at
like,
like
and
5 in
that's
the
when
morning or something.
yeah, 6, and then
Yeah.
I would work out.
Yeah. I remember those days.
Sorry. But then, it gave me the opportunity to look up Bitcoin, research cryptocurrencies, and actually that's where I found Richard Hart. And and it's changed. Look how many people's lives has changed because
It's
I
crazy to think about. I don't think I definitely can't grasp it when I think about it. You know what I mean?
right.
Like how
Yeah.
many different people, because there's lots of people that bought in at better times than I did, and you know what I mean? Obviously, or
Right.
put way more. We're able to put way more in, but just thinking about all the different ways like people's lives have been changed through just the past 2 years, and this is all
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
pre
Yeah.
launch. Pretty crazy.
Exactly. And like people thinking, and I never thought I'd be the person to change anybody's lives. You know what I mean? And somebody is like, I mean, Crypto Surfer, I wouldn't be here without Hexo Streams keeping me safe. Well, thank you. But like, and I'm
For real.
glad that I could
True.
change it,
Wow.
change and help somebody else. But like, what I'm trying to convey is like everybody has that, like like I didn't think that I could change anybody's life, but then I just started streaming and I started talking, and people like change their lives because of it. And it's like
Yeah, but
everybody has that power, I think.
you have a different kind of like you have a few different inclinations, I think, like
Okay.
based on your skills and based on your experiences that like I think prime you to be good at this type of thing. Cause you're always that outspoken type of person, like anywhere we were. Like you're always having fun, joking, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And so I think that goes into a lot of,
Yeah. I
that
mean, yeah, I
plays a
guess.
big
I guess
part.
it is kind of like that. It like when we were in the Marines, I would never get in trouble because of it.
Not that no, and it's not because you didn't do stuff to like you should have gotten in lots of trouble.
Yeah.
But there's something about like you'd start making a higher up laugh while they're trying to yell at you or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah. Well,
You know
it's
what I
not only
mean?
that,
And
but
then
it
they're
was
like,
like,
"Oh, come on over here." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah. Well, it was like the person above you shouldn't worry about. It's the person above them that you should like butter up, like, hey, because then you can just do whatever you want to
yeah,
the guy above you. Be like, yeah, right, bro, I'm doing whatever I want because the guy above
there-
you is gonna be cool with me.
yeah.
So
And
that's
then you have to
any
listen
life
to
advice for
our
you young guys.
boss.
Yeah, then you have to live.
I've been in
It's
that
like,
situation too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Because then
and so
the guy at the top's just gonna punish both of you if you.
right, right. It's like, dude, you could screw us both over, or you could just say shut. You could just shut your stupid mouth.
It's true.
It's like,
It's
yes,
true.
sir. And they're starting to, salute you. That's
Right,
the
right.
right.
But that is an interesting question. Are we alive? You know,
Yeah,
we're like pulse chain's gonna launch tomorrow, and then like you wake up and you're like, wait a second.
yeah.
That'd be a
Wait a
bummer.
second. Ballet brand. Hex was the best 352 days in a row. So cool. No, it wasn't 352. It was 572, but close. But, I'm going to have to correct 222 days, 5 days.
You're like, I
But
paid.
Ballet brand, hopefully you're doing good, man. Hopefully you're doing good.
Yeah.
Both of you are Hollywood Marines. Yes, we are. Yeah, we are.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, we are the head. Hexo is the bestest. Well, thank you, Finbear. JR, I'm guessing that you are a East Coast. I don't know, what do they call those guys? Swamp Marine, swamp turds right. Or something like that. Cleaning the poop out of the toilet bowl. I don't know, what do they call those guys over there?
I think that's right. A swamp one, a swamp marine.
I don't know.
That's
maybe just like privileged ones, because you didn't have to. Like, people say that those hills, dude, those hills in California are crazy. Negative Hollywood all the way. Okay, you were Hollywood too. Okay, cool. Sorry, JR. Yeah. Well, we were going with them. We were hating on them with you.
Yeah.
Screw those guys. I don't know why there's always so if you're just listening and you don't know what we're talking about, there's a like Marines, well, anybody in the military, there's always some combativeness against somebody that's like infantry Marines think that they're rivalry. Infantry Marines are better than everybody, that we always think that we're like, we have to do the hardest stuff. So it's like we call everybody else pogues, which is personnel other than grunt. So it's like, oh, he's just a pogue, he's just a pogue guy over here freaking doing paperwork all day. He didn't have to go, sleep under a tank and sit in the hot sun or anything like that. Holy smokes. Valiant brand, thank you so much for the $133. Appreciate you, Hexo. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much, brand. You're amazing.
He's he was super nice in Vegas too.
Yeah. Yes. He's a very nice guy. Very nice dude.
Nice dude.
I mean, he used to, like, every time I stream, he was always there, dude. Always there.
Yeah.
Badass art.
Nardo.
Yeah, Nardo is cool as shit.
Another awesome dude. Thank you for that.
What's up, Epiet? What's up, A-Bit? Sorry, I said it a little
Hey,
fast.
it's cool too.
A-Bit. Yeah.
Always on the move, it seemed like.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. But yeah, so we're just we're just gonna do this podcast, just talk about stuff. So yeah, I mean, so how do you know you're alive, Mr. Explosive Artist? We've came through so much. Don't you feel like you're just in a dream right now? Like, did everything just
Yeah.
collapse around us? And
Yeah.
like
It's weird, but it's like in slow motion. You know what I
it's a
mean? Kind of
slow
like
motion.
how, yeah, like Crypto Heartbeats, like what he says, like
It's a
people that
slow
got,
motion.
yeah, you're winning the lottery in slow
Yes,
motion,
yes.
basically, with Richard Hart
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
products.
Nick. Yeah, I've been sick. I've been sick. Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm trying to get better, but this is the best that I felt out of like the last week. So this is probably the best I've been sounding too.
Yeah,
But here we go. Heck, so I had many mics before the stream. It's okay. Yeah, too many mics. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it feels very much like a dream that we're living in because I mean it is kind of crazy with the whole world kind of collapsing around us that we are in something that's so amazing at this
yeah,
time, you know, like
I agree.
and it feels like it's giving us hope. You know, I feel like we have hope that this could change the world. Now, I don't think that we're like Bitcoiners or we think that we're going to be accepted everywhere. You know, like Bitcoiners think that you're just going to go, they're going to be able to go to the gas station and pay with Bitcoin. It's like, good
For
luck,
sure.
you know? Like,
Well,
so Explosive Artist never had to, Hex is his first cryptocurrency.
ever.
So he's never had to deal with Bitcoin. And I know there's some other people out there like that, but like, so I tried to tell him the horrors of Bitcoin, you know, and he's like, dang, why would people, you know, like, why would you use that if there's this other thing? You know, you've kind of got
For
onto
sure.
like you've gotten into the Ferrari before you had to drive a you know the
That was my, yeah, that was
Volkswagen
my,
Bug or something like that.
yeah, I got a Ferrari for my 16th birthday, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what you got. Like you got the best of the best, the first out of the gate, instead of having to go through like which is
For
amazing.
sure.
You know, like I wish I had to do that because it's like, you know, I lost a lot of, or I made a lot of money and I lost a lot of money in 2017, just like everybody else. But it's like now, like you can onboard people and help them not have to do
For
that.
sure.
And you're one of them. You're one of these people. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna get into the trading game and I'm trading. You know, there's a lot of people. It's like you onboard them and then they're like, well, I could trade, right? I could just, but you're not one of the. You've staked it. You walked away from it. Not walked away, but like you just not ignored it, but you know what I mean. Just
I can detach when I feel myself getting too emotionally attached to watching charts and stuff like that or stats, because it's perfect for somebody like me to like. I'll stare at a chart and then I'll realize what time it was, and I'm like, I've been looking at this chart for like 20 minutes. Yeah. So like I have to walk away sometimes in that aspect, and I'll still, you know, deal with my stakes and stuff like that. But yeah, it probably doesn't happen very often where you get in such a successful project like that and it was your first time in, you know what I mean? So I am grateful for that. Plus it's like, even though I was in it, I tried to learn as much as I could. I tried to even listen to criticisms, you know, to see, you know, if they held any water, which I'm glad I did because it made me even more, you know.
Well, I mean, Richard does a great job at getting people that criticize him on there, and then he just completely destroys them. But it is good to watch some of the other ones where you're just like, you know, like these people that won't debate Richard, where they're just like, no, I'm not gonna. I would never talk to a scammer like that. And it's just like, oh, because you know that
you showed me
wrong.
And then being able to see some of the quote heavy hitters of some of these other coins, and then you're like, wow, this isn't even close. Like, what other industry do you get to like watch a debate between just such mismatched?
Right.
You know what
I mean, like you don't ever get to see just like an actual, like maybe you know, a Ben Shapiro kind of libtard a debate or anything, not endorsing Ben Shapiro, but man, he has some of those freaking Ben Shapiro destroys liberal
Yeah.
facts or
Flawless
something like
victory.
tears
You
her
know what
head
I mean?
off completely clean. It's just crazy.
That's exactly how it feels like when you're watching Richard. You know what I mean?
For real. Yeah. And I mean, that's if you guys are making clips, dude, you guys should use that language. Like go to Ben Shapiro's his like Ben Shapiro destroys and see like the highest, because dude, that's what gets the clicks. People that want
The
like they
violence,
want to
huh?
see an actual destroying, the violence.
Yeah.
Hey,
Stopping.
Hexcon, thank you for the $20, dude. Legends in building the 5,555 club. Yes, we are. Yes, we are some of the biggest legends. Let's see. Wish Hex was my first, but I wouldn't have learned a lot of lessons that way. Yeah, exactly, Crypto And like I said, you don't have like as long as you can teach those lessons to other people. Like I said, I taught like if I was still trading, and I'm like, hey, explosive artist, you should start trading and try to get more and stuff like that, then he would be enticed to do that too. Where I learned that it was a bad idea to trade from Richard, and I taught that to and I don't know if you would be a trader, but if I was
Yeah.
enticing you to be like, hey bro, you should, it's like going to the casino, and it's fun. It is like you get a rush and stuff like that, but it's like you don't ever like you hardly ever win. That's the thing.
That's the thing. It feels like with Hex, it's like you have a little bit of money and you say with Hex, you can start your own company with this money that you have, or you can go and do another project, and which is kind of like hitting a casino with the money that you have, and then kind of seeing what pays off in the long run. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And I agree. Like I never, I learned a lot of these, you basically sat me in the race car and you're like, okay, here's how you drive it and don't hit that button, whatever you do. You know what I mean? And then I just did what you said and,
Yeah. And I think that's, it's really important that we help others. And now not everybody is going to be the best on board, like Mr. Explosive Artist over here. Like some people are going to go and trade it away, or they're going to call you every 5 minutes or 5 days and be like, what's up with Hex? What's going on with Hex? Like we talk about this all the time, where some of our onboards that we've onboarded, they start messaging you when the price is going down. And you're just like, dude, you've been in for like 2 weeks or something, and you're worried about the price. Like being here for a year and a half, and then after a year and a half, you can come back and be like, yeah, it didn't really play out like you told me it would. Because I've never told anybody it for sure is going to go up, but I usually am like, dude, there's like
I explained the dips.
It's got game theory. To make it go up, but who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Or they at least will say, well, this is something that put you in the position that you're in. I'm interested in getting in on it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. It's like I explained the dips, and then I explained that there's gas fees and that there's, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of I don't think you have to know a lot to be able to maximize your potential with, you know what I mean? Making a good yield.
Yeah, I mean,
like you said, a year and a half. It's like that's
at least like, guys, if you're not staking for more than a year and a half or 2 years, don't come to your onboard or don't come to anybody and start complaining. Like we didn't look, I didn't really even look at my stakes or anything for more than a year and a half, 2 years, because it was like that's how long your time.
I had before then.
Yeah, and it's like that's how long of a time frame you should have. You shouldn't have these, oh well, I'm gonna take this out every month and it's only $50 and it's gonna be it's gonna be $60 by the end of the month, and it's like, oh, but you forgot about gas fees, my friend.
Yeah.
And you forgot about taxes, and you forgot about, and everybody forgets.
And you forgot about the massive pump that happened right after you sold.
Yeah. And then you're chasing now. And then you bought, your $50 is now, worth $25 of Hex or whatever. So what you want to do, guys, is just prep your onboarders with, listen, this is the only time I'm going to tell you, don't trade, just don't trade. It's not smart, and just stake and just sit there. And, I always try to tell people at least a year and a half, 2 years to stake. Try to get longer, because the longer that you do it, the better you're going to get paid. But I mean, with Pulse Chain coming out right now, it's so easy to onboard people into it, because like the doubling the coin just sounds so appealing to people where they're like, "What? I
I
get
know.
double of this coin?" It's getting like they don't realize like might not be
Even
worth the same. But I mean, Richard said it could be worth it more. So who knows?
well,
But
and it seems like even if they didn't sacrifice, let's say, the idea of participating for that double, and then once they hear how, all the crazy things that Pulse and PulseX have going for them,
right.
you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I
Plus, I
mean,
recommend Richard Hart. I don't think there's nobody smarter in crypto like
no.
that
No.
I've heard. I'm sure I've heard him by now.
That I've heard. Yeah, exactly. Like I would love, like there's this guy named Udi Worthmer or whatever his name is. And so many people because he asked for 0.3 Bitcoin to get an hour of talk time with Richard. He said if we paid 0.3 Bitcoin, which is like whatever, Bitcoin's like what, $40,000. So it'd be like what, 4,000, 12,000 bucks or something like that, whatever it is.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, for an hour. And so, people like I asked this on Twitter because so many people messaged me and were like, "Hey man, we should actually get this." And I was like, dude, I don't really care. I'm not paying anybody because I think that Richard could just destroy him without. But since I had like 4 people ask me in one day, I put it out there on Twitter, and that pretty much everybody thought like me, where it was like, dude, we're not paying for a talk with some dude. Like, if we're gonna pay for somebody to talk, let's pay $12,000 to like talk to Elon Musk or something like that.
That's
somebody
like,
to like get a hold.
I'll go fight Mike Tyson. Bare knuckle.
Yeah.
If you pay me, you know what I mean?
Yes,
like $1 million, then I'll go. It's like, okay, I guess maybe I'd get knocked out for $1 million too. But
so yeah, like dude, I don't like. There's nobody in crypto that's smarter than him. I don't think that Udi guy is smart enough to talk to Richard about it. I think that he wants to get paid because he knows he's going to get destroyed, and would like to get paid to get destroyed.
Get compensated,
yes,
for the...
yes, to get destroyed. So if you saw that tweet, it wasn't because I'm trying to shill Udi's bags. It was because I'm trying to freaking, for one, get people to get off my back about asking, and for two, it was more of like showing what the community actually wants. Like if you guys, because I don't know if 4 people are messaging me, it's like, okay, do people actually want this? But it was a pretty big no, we're not doing that. So,
well, it's interesting too because it seems like it's fun to watch the different ranges of types of conversation that Richard gets involved in. You know what I mean? Depending on who he's talking to, and depending on what the person he's talking to is saying. And if they're not, it seems, as long as they're acknowledging facts, you know what I mean? Things seem to go pretty smooth. But once
they turn into like not facts really quick, where it's just like, well,
and then they go for the
you created a
jabs.
shitcoin, and it's like, what? Like, dude, what? Dude, you like, so he's new to the cryptocurrency thing, and I love it because I love like showing him cringe things to where it's like, look at the Bitcoin conference or look at this, and he's just like, what? Because it's like it's fresh eyes to it, where I'm just like, like a tone base. Yeah. Like a tone base or like anything like that, where it's very hilarious to me, because it's like some of these guys are just so out there, out of touch with what's going on, that they think Bitcoin is going to still take over. They don't understand like things have happened. Like they don't understand HEX, and it's like guys like that are brand new into cryptocurrency like yourself know more about probably Bitcoin than they do at this point. Like they just think that it's like this,
that's
like
crazy to think about.
Yeah, most of the people don't know, like if you've listened to Richard, guys, anybody that's out there, like if you've listened to Richard for, a few of his streams, 5 or 6 of his streams, you probably know more about Bitcoin than they do, or just watch some of him debate it, because there's like, these guys don't know anything. They don't know anything.
No.
And I'm including myself. In 2017, I thought Bitcoin was unconfiscatable, is what they try to say. They say it can't be confiscated. Well, guess what? The FBI confiscates it all the time from people, because it's like all you have to do is be like, if the FBI shows up at your house and be like, give us your Bitcoin or you're going to jail forever. They're like, okay, here you go. Like, oh, but I thought it was unconfiscatable.
You ever want to see your kids again? And then you're like, fine, dude, here.
Oh, geez. You want to see little old Timmy again? Okay. Before I blow his little brains out.
Well, at least with HEX, you could like you have more options. It sounds like.
Well, and we're not trying to say it's unconfiscatable. That's the thing, was we're realistic about what we are. You know what I mean? That's what, like, I'm not trying to shill. Like, that's the thing, is they are lying to get to the point where they're at. They're saying, oh, it's unconfiscatable. Or I remember back in the day.
I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, I thought Bitcoin was private. Like, you could send your Bitcoin to somebody and it was completely like nobody knew it was you, kind of thing. It was like you were like a secret sleuth. You know, you bought something off the dark web or something like that. You sent it.
Yeah.
Like, you figure out that like everything on the you know, now it seems retarded. Like, people would be like, you thought that? But back in the day, there wasn't, like, there was probably information and I probably could have looked it up. But that's how I was sold into it. You know, I was like, you know, buying supplements off of the internet, you know, buying some supplements to buy
that
it.
Type
and
of stuff's right up your alley. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was like, oh, so I could get supplements for with Bitcoin and it's untraceable. Okay. Yeah. And so you'd buy it and buy the stuff and you're like, but then you come and find out it's like, oh, that was
like covering my tracks.
That was literally, you know, if you opened a Coinbase account with your name on it, you had to give your social security, and guess what? It sends it to an address which is monitored, and you can go on the Etherscan. Obviously, Bitcoin is different. I forgot what Block Explorer or something like that. But it, like an Etherscan, and trace what that address did with it to where this address. And if it's a known address that's doing dirty business, then it's like, oh, well, it looks like you're doing dirty business, my friend. You're giving them your money. So it's like, you know, I had this in my brain. And then when I realized, like, oh, it's not private, you know, it's not unconfiscatable. It's completely, everybody can see exactly what you're spending your money on.
Yeah.
I actually re-questioned why I got into cryptocurrency.
They're like, wait a second.
This sounds like the mark of the beast type stuff.
It's like opposite.
Yeah, it was for real. When I found out it was opposite land, I was like, oh my gosh, what was that? What did I do?
All the things I bought with this.
Yeah.
It's gonna come out somehow.
Potato farm. Exactly. I was buying lots of potatoes. Like, it was
all your supplies for potato cannons.
Yeah. It was potato cannons.
You wanted to make
this was way back in the day. So I got, like, first Bitcoin I ever bought was like in 2012 or something like that. And that's when I got supplements. But I bought it and then sold it. And then I didn't ever hear about it, do anything with it. I wanted to start up like a mining mining with my computer, but it was like, it was too time consuming, whatever. It was just like, whatever. And so I never did.
Yeah.
My favorite people are the people that say, I've seen people like this. I bought Bitcoin in 2006. It's like, okay, Bitcoin didn't come out until 2009, but okay, keep going. I want to hear the rest of this. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen some debates and stuff like that where the person says that. It's just like, wait, what?
That's weird.
I don't think that you're the. So now I'm making a running joke that I bought Bitcoin in 1997.
How did you find out about Richard initially?
So when Bitcoin was forking, so Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash forked, it's kind of like what Pulse Chain is doing with Ethereum. And they were going to split, and Bitcoin Cash was going to be and bears Bitcoin. So I had Bitcoin at the time. And Richard was thinking that the Bitcoin Cash developers might make it so it might be malicious, like a malicious thing to steal your Bitcoin or something like that by using your wallet. Right? How they were making it claim. So he posted on, and I think I watched him a couple times before this, but this is the one I remember because I have it written down on a notepad. And it was like certain steps that he had to like make it pretty much like it was a sandbox, and you had to like do certain steps that you did it so it was completely anonymous, and then your Bitcoin was safe. So I followed it and did all of that, and claimed my Bitcoin Cash and everything. Actually, I didn't claim any Bitcoin Cash. But it was I was learning about it at the time. So.
You were just pretending like to see what happened.
Yeah. It was in my mind. I like to think that I did that. So, but yeah, I mean, so that's how I found him, and it was great. I was happy to see it because it was the best. And this was Beta Hart, as I like to call him, with the long hair. And I don't know what
I've
happened to
had
his
long hair
voice.
too.
He's got a deeper voice now too. I don't. He said it's because he's gotten older. So,
Maybe
but
that makes sense.
but then, like, I thought he was an asshole at first. Like, I was like, this guy's kind of a douchebag, but I didn't ever, because we've dealt with douchebags, and I think that me and you have, like, we looked past him being an asshole. Like, I never thought that you didn't like him. Like, I didn't, like, I wasn't a fan of him at first, but then he grew on me. But I also never hated him. Like, some people freaking hate him. You know what I mean?
Really? Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
guess.
there's
I
people
guess,
that
yeah.
but have you seen some people out there that Peter
I don't.
McCormick, he just hates him for some reason. It's like,
Yeah, but I feel like the people
Alcoy
that I've seen
Daily.
really hate him are just people that are like, they're just refusing to be like, yeah, he got me. He got me. You know what I
Think
mean?
well, yeah, I guess Alcoy
I was a
Daily is
smack
like that.
talker, and there's been no rug pull, and there's people that have done really well. It continues to grow, and I don't want to admit that.
Yeah, I think that back in the day, people hated him because they honestly thought that he was scamming people. So I try to be cool with those people that, like, are cool now. Like, they thought he was a scammer. Like, they thought, like, that maybe they didn't do enough research,
well, he's even said that if you first heard about, if you heard certain pitches initially, you'd be right to assume that it was a scam. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, why would, like, it is crazy. If you see a million, like, one thing that I don't like telling people is 1,000,000%, because it does sound scammy at that point. It's like, hey, bro, do you want to get into this thing? It's done 1,000,000%.
10,000x.
Yeah. Well, 10,000x sounds even more reasonable than 1,000,000%. I know it's the same, but it's
not
like,
when you have
you
to
say
explain it.
1,000,000%, you're just like, no. No,
They're like, yeah.
When you explain it,
Did you buy a jetpack with that too? You know what I mean?
It's like, well, I tell people, listen, if it did a 10,000x, and if you put $1 in on January 5th of 2020, it's worth $10,000 up the top. And like that usually
without staking.
like, without staking, which
that's a whole new.
Hex Kong, thank you for the $2. Be cashologist. Yeah, I was gonna start showing. That was the funny dude. I was thinking about doing a crypto streams before, and I just never could get behind anything. There was Bitbean. Have you ever heard me talk about Bitbean?
No, never.
Dude, you want to hear, like, this is literally a shitcoin. This thing is just disgusting. Like, it was like Bitbean. Yeah. It was like, just think of, like, your dad, like, what's the old the tale of the kid getting magic beans, and then he goes and,
Jack
like,
of the Beanstalk.
Yeah. That was pretty much the premise of the whole Bitbean. So,
oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of guys like, so it's like, got done dirty by BitConnect, and Hex had the similar pitch, so I called it a scam in the beginning. So yeah, I mean, there's, like,
I get it.
And there's not, some of the people that Richard did some of the streams that Richard did Richard did at the beginning probably didn't help that. I'm not going to call out anybody's names or put anybody out on blast, but we all know who I'm probably talking about. Hex is the mark of the beast, or it's just the Antichrist, but I still want my gauge. Well, whatever gets you from not going to heaven. Sure, bro. Sure. I don't think so. But maybe, I mean, if I found that out, maybe I'd probably exit scam this one. But I don't think so. I think it's a little bit more.
What if somebody told you that and you just emergency instinct everything?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah,
you couldn't live with it.
Yeah, I just see a huge jump. Like, we got him. We actually got him to sell.
Well, we've talked about that too. Not, we haven't talked about, we obviously don't think Richard Hart's the Antichrist, but we've talked about like the people that apparently don't like Richard, like, and how they would let their personal opinion get in the way of making smart, financial moves. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and really and I don't understand it. You know what I mean? It's like, if you had that much money, maybe you'd understand things a little bit better. You know what I mean? But maybe that's,
well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
it's an easier position. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of these guys that are crypto influencers, well, they rely on trading. Like they want because like let's say I'm a crypto influencer, like a regular crypto influencer it's not involved in HEX.
Yeah.
I have to like to support what I'm doing. I have to have an affiliate link to like a Coinbase or whatever. So you click on it and then I get a portion of whatever you trade. So
Mm,
like it's a percentage. So it's like 1% or whatever like that. And so what you want people to do is leverage like 100x. So it's like if they have $100, you want them to leverage so that it's like they're doing $1,000 or $10,000. Excuse me. So when they get, it doesn't matter if it goes up or down. You still get paid. You get paid the percentage. So it doesn't matter for you. And I mean, that's all these influencers care about is for you to get the next guy to click on their link, and
yeah.
it doesn't matter. That's why they, the top 5 altcoins of 2020 or 2022. Like that's why you see those for every crypto thing is because
Yeah.
they know that they can get you to click on it, and then you'll click on their freaking link because if you hold on to something and like and you see
Especially if
somebody
you're a
talking
trader.
about it, yeah, and you see somebody talking about it, you're gonna run into there. But the thing is if you've already seen somebody like a crypto influencer talking about it, it's already too late. It's already too late because they've already started dumping their bags because that's
Hmm.
if we've I mean, I've done the graphs, I've shown the evidence, from many people where it's like it's went up and this is right where they show their bags and it's this afterwards and they're just dumping,
Interesting.
dumping, dumping.
Yeah.
Here's the exit
Well,
liquidity.
and I don't you know, I'm sure it's a lot of things. I think they're probably I'm sure it's got to be frustrating for Richard at times too. He probably expects to be speaking with people that know what they're talking about at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
And
he deserves a better foe, like he deserves a better
100%.
enemy. Like
This is
we
like
all want it. Like what's his name? The gold guy, Peter Schiff. Like that would have been a good one if freaking it wasn't like the audio was total freaking garbage and freaking the
all
old
the kid.
man
Yeah.
wasn't talking about freaking boxing for the first 20 minutes. And then when Muhammad Ali came in and he started punching his cat in the face. It's like, dude, you went off the rails, man. You have derailed off of this conversation. And it was like 10. I watched it last night. I was like, this is freaking cringe.
Oh my God.
It
Yeah.
was bad.
It
It
was
was bad.
definitely fun to watch. But yeah, you're right. Like the audio weirdness and like
Yeah.
I
But
don't
even
know.
then, it was still like Richard destroyed him. And he used to be this gold shill that said, put everything in gold. Where now he's like, yeah, you should have 10% in gold. When he
You're
freaking
just
debates
looking at a
Richard,
40-year
it's like,
chart.
he's
I was
like, look
like,
at the
what?
100-year chart. Yeah. It's like, what?
And then
Jeez.
I think the moderator asked, like, is there anything you would change? And then Mr. Schiff goes into like, yeah, like the past decade, I've been like making, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
something that he recommended hadn't been doing well for the past decade, and like, but you're right. It's
No,
like
he said he's been doing well in the last decade, but the decade before that, he got wrecked or something like that. And
a
it's like,
decade of wrecked, and you want to start,
right?
you know what I'm saying?
It's like,
You
dude,
want
this
to start
guy's
getting
made
mouthy?
more money than you have, probably by multiples in 2 years. And he was already rich before, but in 2 years, he's made way more money than you by probably, I don't know. I think Peter Schiff only has like $70 million. I could be wrong on that, guys. I could be wrong. But I think he's only
Wow.
worth like his net worth. Excuse me. Let me look this up. Peter Schiff net. Yeah, I gotta
Well,
see this. 70 million. 70 million. So
yeah.
like that's pretty cringe for somebody that's been doing this for however 40 years or something like that. And it's like he owns a
It's
business.
hard to argue at that point. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm arguing with this wildly successful
Yeah. Well,
serial
dude,
entrepreneur,
some
and I,
Hexicans are just have done better than him in the last 2 years. Like, it's
yeah.
just their gains off of the it's like,
Well,
dang,
and that's the
dude.
other thing. The whole you can't, nobody can sell anything, and you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, they certainly can and have been
Yeah.
for since
Oh,
who
that's
knows
the
how long.
worst. That's the worst when people say they can't sell. It's like, no, there's that like how do you think the price chart got to where it's at? Like people can't sell it. It would just literally just go up all the time. And like you
Well,
wouldn't see anybody happy because everybody, well, I mean, you might see that on Twitter right now anyway. Everybody's angry, but like nobody would, everybody would be like, man, this thing's going up, but I can't sell. Like if you never were able to sell
You'd know
like,
about it for sure.
Yeah, you'd know about it. Yeah. After 2 years, you definitely know about it.
Well, and that's the thing though. Like it's always some comment like that where it just shows a lack of like research, or you know what I'm saying, or lack of facts in some case. So then it makes you kind of question what else are they trying to,
High T Gary V wants to chat with Richard. Jeez, I don't know if I could deal with the freaking cringe of Gary V. Okay, Richard, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stream every day, and then you're going to want to put that onto 12 different platforms. Oh, dude. And then you're going to want to get out there. I don't know what you're doing with your billions of dollars, sir, but you're going to want to get out there on these these
garage sales.
Yeah, these
garage sales in Europe out there.
You could be making trillions off these garage sales, and you're over here making the pulse chains. Is that what you call it?
And then you can turn them sales into NFTs.
I'm just joking. I would be okay with Gary V. I'm just giving you shit, dude. I honestly do think there would be a good, because dude, if we could change, he's got a huge following, and he's got the NFTs, and he's got all of the like everything, but Tone Vase impression. Here's the. I gotta get the get the doll out. But yeah, I mean, Tone Vase. The thing is with Gary V is he's very like, I don't know. He just gives some bad advice sometimes too. Like the NFTs is the worst advice ever. Like he was telling people in the and that exactly that's what you can do. You can save him. The frequency he runs at is unhinged for me. Yeah. Also a big investor in Coinbase. Well, okay. Yeah. I don't know what he's invested in. I don't, like I said, I'm okay with Richard doing a stream. I'm okay with Richard doing a stream with anybody.
I'll watch Richard talk to anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I want him to destroy whoever, and I want him to be cool with everybody. Like I like the dichotomy of both of those types of streams, because it's like, you don't want to see him just destroying, you don't all the time. You don't want to see
he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't have to. You know what I mean?
Mike, you don't want to see Mike Tyson beating up a 130 pounder all the time. But once in a while, it would be cool if you put Mike Tyson in with 130 pounder just to watch him just blast somebody in the face one time. Just, fling him across the ring. That would be cool. I'm okay with watching that. If somebody wants to get paid $100,000 just to get freaking punched in the face by Mike Tyson, I'm okay with it. Like, do that for him.
It doesn't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? These people could just be just I'm gonna absorb facts, and then I'm gonna see the pros and cons, and then I'm gonna try to do a little more research. You know what I mean?
But just like Pulse Chain, we need sacrificial rituals. Like we have to sacrifice to the gods.
We have to.
We have to.
We're going sideways.
That's what Richard was doing. That's why he's doing it before the Pulse Chain. He had to commit this ritualistic sacrifice. And hold his heart above the
the burning coals.
While their whole family's watching, just crying. Stop, Richard! Stop! It's hurting all of us.
And he's like, "Who's next?"
Oh, jeez. For real though, it's very it's very concerning that people just still want to step to him. And it's like, I don't know. Do you remember the Wolf of All Streets or something like that, where Richard was cut pretty much down in his chair? Did you watch that one?
No.
Okay. That one was bad. Like, this guy thought he was high and he was drunk the entire time, and it was bad. It was bad. You'd have to watch.
No, I don't think I saw that one. I saw the guy who's the gentleman with the he looked like he was wearing shooting glasses, and he was
shooting glasses.
Kind of.
Oh yeah. Oh, freaking A. The Israeli guy, off Yavin.
Yeah.
No, his name was On Yavin. Excuse me. I freaking messed up the light switch.
I see what you did there. I
didn't even do it on purpose. I thought his name was Off Yavin. Oh, geez.
That was a fun one.
That was a good one. One of my favorites, because he was just, yeah. I mean, they're on
And look,
anonymous. They're at an anonymous. They were at an anonymous summit, so it's like for people that want to learn how to be anonymous. And the guy asks him where he lives, and he wants to know where he lives, and then he wanted him to share his screen, so
he
he could like.
demanded it. He didn't even ask nicely.
It was great. It was great. The whole thing.
It was great.
Very. It was, and those are the ones that I send to people that I'm like, you're having second thoughts. Here are the people that are the ones that are putting out these articles, and that's where you really, I think that's where you sell people. They do a better sales job than some people out there, including myself, because it's like, dude, if somebody comes at you, well, what about this? It could be a scam. Have you ever thought maybe you're not going to get your money out? It's like, where'd you hear that from? Oh, well, this article said it's a scam because Richard Hart owns 98% of it, or whatever their article says. It's like,
he owns a lot of stuff.
It's like, and what, and like, this is what I always try to say to people. What if he does own 98% of it? I'm okay with him owning 99.9% of it. And guess what? Letting 0.1% trade and letting the whole thing just completely just go up forever, because Richard Hart doesn't need the money. If he's got however much ETH, he says he has 1 million ETH. I don't know if he has that much, but if he has 1 million ETH, 100,000 ETH, that's a lot of money that he never has to spend. He's got all of the pulse chain sacrifices, not including HEX. Let's say he does, let's not sell any HEX. All the other cryptocurrencies that he sold for USDC. Like, dude, he's got so much money.
Pulse other than 2 sacrifices.
And that's if you don't count that he was a millionaire before. So like,
or if you count the Bitcoin that he mined.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to count that. Anything before HEX started. Like, let's say, okay, yeah, like people could have had this, like, oh, what if he sold HEX at first? Like, what if he sold this Ethereum? It's like, okay, yeah, you could be worried. But now it's like, dude, he has so much money on so many different avenues. Why would he sell HEX and ruin his reputation?
Who better to hold on to all that HEX? You know what I'm saying?
It's like goofballs, a bunch of goofballs.
Yeah, I agree.
Idiots.
And you can't really do that with anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The founder is usually not as out, like, not communicating with the community and things like that.
A lot of them are just faceless, dude. Like, like I know that you were here, but you were like, you didn't know about the Hexy stuff. Oh man, that was a disaster. It was just like, there was a bunch of guys that came in and just like tried to infiltrate the HEX community. And if you said anything bad about them, they immediately attacked you. And so it's like, you had to be cool with them, or you just had to not say anything. And even by not saying anything, you were already implicit. Like you're like, oh, they don't like Hexy. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't say anything about you guys. It's like, oh, well, you just hate everything. You're a maxi. It's like, no, I just don't like, for, that goes for a lot of coins out there. Like, I don't promote any of the other coins. And we've talked about this, but it's like, I don't talk about any of the coins, not because I don't like them or because I hate them. It's because I don't know enough about it. And I just don't, like, at this point, at this junction of my life, like, I'm not at the gym where I could spend, 8 hours a night just looking at, what's the next cryptocurrency. I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't care what the next cryptocurrency is. I'm okay with just being invested in, a couple that I know are working and I know that are going to work, and by a person that I trust and that I've met in real life. I've actually met Richard in real life. And when like over the internet, it is sometimes hard to know if the person's going to screw you or something like that. But I've met him in real life and, looked into his eyes, and, he's a decent person. So it's like, I just don't.
It's hard to believe that he'd be out doing the things that he's doing,
Right. Yes.
Documentary en route, meeting up with Hexicans, doing that meetup tour around Europe. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
All the stuff that he's trying to do, it'd be kind of weird if it was all for the sake of that's the thing. I believe him based on everything we've talked about financially and all that. He's also, it's just not about the money. Like,
right. It
seems like it's to be the man in crypto. You know what I mean? You could tell that he really, really, that's what he wants. So it's like, I mean, how do you do that besides, more effectively than launching a product that's above reproach. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's we just got to keep doing what we're doing, guys. Like there's some, like I said, everybody should get up and stream or do their thing. I mean, Explosive Art's coming out. He's freaking coming out of the artistic closet. Oh, but
that's what that brings me to my next point.
I wanted to really talk about in front of the whole world. Let everyone know.
I've contacted all your family.
I've sent them all those pictures. I remember I sent them all those pictures you sent me. I sent them all those pictures you sent me, those drunken nights. You're in big trouble, buddy.
And the text.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's an hour. It was great. It was great. We're gonna try to do this weekly, if we can.
Yeah,
because this is we, like I said, we do this anyway. We don't live stream it, but we do talk for pretty much an hour every day almost.
Probably average, yeah.
Yeah. So why not stream it, and you guys can get a little
listen
bit
to our nonsense. Some of our
stupid
a couple of
yeah, you guys can be a fly on the wall, little hex flies. You want some explosive art? Yes. Mr. Explosive Artist is going to be starting some. He said earlier that he's going to start some, and I'm sure he's. So if you guys want, he's explosive-art on Twitter. Yeah.
I think so. Yes, or maybe not dash, but
let me look it up real quick.
So my plan, so I am working on more HEX stuff too as an option. I do, I'm going to have regular non-specifically HEX stuff also kind of circulating, but I'll start posting like sketches and things that I have as far as HEX related ideas on Twitter. And it'd be fun to get feedback. What I do?
Nothing. Did I hear that correctly? Exo and Explosive ride on the same Harley. Some of you guys need to freaking be a little bit nicer to the guests, you little jerks. No, we love it.
You little pervert.
You little perverts. We can be the fly on the soup. Hey, whatever you want to do. I hate soup, but sure. Hexo has a twin. Yeah, I guess we kind of are. We've been called that. We get called sorry, no, I'm just joking, Crypto Surfer. You keep it up, but let's see. RH is too egotistical to go down like Bernie Madoff. He wants to be Elon in the greatest human challenge. Yeah, I can see that. Home Alone reference. Look what you did, you little jerks. Is that was the
Fuller?
But yeah,
on the Pepsi.
Explosive Art over on Twitter, guys. Everybody go follow him, please. He's gonna put great stuff out there. He's gonna post it and yeah.
I'd appreciate feedback too. Like if people have suggestions or like, I have some ideas in mind for a lot of, some of the cool hexicans I met in Vegas.
Yeah.
I've talked to. Like I want to do something for Nardo, maybe Crypto Coffee or, like something, kind of advertises these different channels that are super helpful too.
Yeah, here you go, Jim Rat. Sorry. There you go. That's probably an easier way. Thanks, Jim Rat. That was probably the smartest way to do it, is just link it in the chat instead of telling people. But yeah, guys, thank you. We're gonna do this. Try to do this every Friday around the same time. So you guys keep staking on. What's our outro?
I don't know.
Keep staking.
I thought you were gonna do your intro too, but you didn't.
Well, I don't.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to HEX News.
Well, it's not HEX News.
I slept with you in the past 24 hours. Remember that?
Yes. Great times.
But yeah, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you getting me into HEX. I think that this will be a fun stream. Give me shout outs. Yeah. We'll get some stuff put together, All
right, guys. Go subscribe to him. I'll see you guys. See you guys later.
See ya.
Later, guys.